Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Wanted to bring you guys a little video on Digibyte. We'll be going over that and we're going to be looking at it on the one-day chart. And first and foremost, guys, I want to thank you all so much for all the love and support. It was just overwhelming how many people told me, thank you and God bless you with my son being born. So thank you guys all very much. That was very, very heartwarming and just shows the love and care that there is out there and how many good people there are out there. So thank you all. Secondly here, guys, we're looking at Digibyte, and as you can see, we had this run up. We started at 1.7 cents, and we had that beautiful move everyone was real excited about, and we went all the way up to 4.7 cents. So, guys, that's a huge percentage gain. And then we had this nice pullback here. So we set a higher low, and then we came up and we set a higher high. But what you can see are all these wicks. So that shows that the market for Digibyte, there's not a ton of liquidity. Guys are taking profits up at that spot when it runs like that. So that's why there's wicks all over the place, because the market isn't real big. So when a whale comes in and they do some selling, it's going to push stuff down really fast. So it's just moving, it's a little more volatile, if that makes sense. So guys, that's kind of the range we have been in. And my buy point, what I was looking for, I thought this was going to run up a little bit farther, and then I was going to look for a buying spot around this 4 cents, that round number down at the bottom here. And that's kind of what I was looking at, because I want to continue to accumulate a little bit more Digibyte. It's a really good project. I do believe in the long term it can be good as well. And currently right now we're also up above the moving averages. So the moving averages that we have out, we have our 200 moving average, we have our 20 EMA, and we have our 50 moving average. And I think those are really good ones in cryptocurrency with the volatility. So you can kind of look at it in the short term, you can look at it in the medium term, and you can look at it in the long term. So guys, we're holding those as support, and that's around 4.1 cents. And then I also want to pull Fibonacci for you, and I want to kind of show you these retracements and how they happen, because I think it's really important to see that for anticipation, guys, because that's what you got to kind of think about, the anticipation of after we've had that first wave. You're going to have that corrective wave then, and you have to look for confirmation at the bottom so you can put your money back in and start laddering in as it goes back up. So right there we went down to the 50, and that's a common retracement, guys. In a very, very bullish situation, you'd be at the 0.23, and then a typical retracement in an uptrend, you're going to have that 0.382 and the 50, and sometimes you go down to that 618. And guys will talk about that, kind of that golden zone, that golden pocket, and people will put buy orders there for the next time that it comes down, and it hits that and it's triggered so you can do the next leg up, and that's what you're looking for. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring to you today. It was just a quick one on Digibyte. You can see the RSI is starting to bend down, and it's because we had such a massive run. And let's look at the percentage real quick while I'm here of the run that it had overall. How many percent? So guys, we had over 210% that could have been made, and that was basically in a month. That's how hard these things can run, and that's why you always have to look for the retracement as well, because after something runs that far, it's not building support, so therefore you're going to have a retracement. You can't build a house on stilts, and that was one of the best ones from Coin Mastery. He was talking about that. You can't build a house on stilts, so when something goes straight up, you're going to have that reaction, you're going to have that correction, and after it's made that impulse wave, there's a good probability another impulse wave's coming after that corrective wave, because remember, when we're moving up here, we're moving up and you're going 1 is an impulse wave, 2 is a corrective wave, 3 is typically your strongest or your longest impulse wave, then you're going to have your 4 corrective wave, then you're going to have your 5, then you're going to have your A, B, C correction. And that completes a market cycle. And it depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at from the minutes, the 5 minutes, the 15 minutes, and you can do this all the way through, and you're going to see this pattern, the 5s and 3s. And depending on which direction you're moving, if you're in a bull market, you're going to see it moving up in those 5s. And then if you're in a bear market, you're going to see it moving down in those 5s, those impulse waves. And then you'll have a correction off that. So guys will do that in a bear market. After it's had a huge sell-off, they'll look for low RSI levels. And once those RSI levels are hit, you know that you're going to have a correction. And when you have that correction, that's the time to buy back in. You ride it back up, and then you know another leg down's coming, and you get rid of it, and you sell your position. And that's how you accumulate more coins. Okay, guys, and always keep an eye on that RSI. I mean, that's the relative strength. I really believe that's one of the most important indicators. I love candles. I think candles are one of the most important. The price action, the RSI, volume, of course, and I really like the MACD and also Bollinger Bands. And while we're at it, let's take a look at the Bollinger Bands here. Kind of see if we've been up and out of them. And typically when we're up out of the Bollinger Bands, you're going to see that profit taking. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It's good to be here with you. I'm just going to be able to do probably one video today. It's been a busy day. Yep, you see here, guys, when we wicked out of the Bollinger Bands, guys, we're taking profits right there. And then we got pushed down to the middle band. Now, since we've been in an uptrend, we may bounce off this middle band right here. But with the RSI looking how it is, and if you draw a trend line on it, there may be more correction to go. So that's where you guys got to be really careful when you're putting your money in. Just be patient. Because remember, even if you miss a big run-up, while I was in the hospital, I missed a big run-up. But now I'm going to wait for that correction, and then I'm going to buy, and I'm going to ride the next leg up. You got to be patient. You don't want to chase it. When the RSI is in the 75s, 80s, 90s, it's overbought. And that's what you got to remember, that if something's overbought and it's in those areas, it's typically not going to continue to run that much more unless you have some crazy news that comes out of nowhere. And then maybe you can get up to almost that 100 because it is cryptocurrency and it's wild and it's volatile. So, you know, you got to realize you're in a speculative market, guys, right now, and you're very early into this, which is a blessing. But with being early, you're going to have those huge fluctuations, and that's why traders want to be in this game, because you can capitalize on percentages. So you think about if you play $1,000 position and you have a stop loss under there, so you know that's your risk reward ratio, but you play $1,000 position in Bitcoin, all the time you see it move 8-10% in a day. So even on a $1,000 position, you can make $100 in a day due to the volatility up or down. You can short Bitcoin or you can long Bitcoin, depending on what's going on. So that's where in a bear market you can also make money. And in a bull market, of course, you can make money because the price is going to be going up. But you can't fight the trend. You got to ride the trend. And that's something that I've learned throughout all this time. And like I said, guys, I don't trade a ton because I'm being patient, I'm learning, I'm studying, and I have longer term positions, and then I have a little bit of a stack that I have to swing trade around, and then I also have some fiat in case something happens to where it's a good buying opportunity. I feel like I could ride it up, where you hold on to it for a week or 3 months. Who knows? That could be swing trading, because look at this, guys. If you bought this down here at 1.7 cents, and in the matter of, let's see how many days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 15 days, you can be up to 4.7 cents. Massive move, guys. Over 100% move. So that's what you got to look for. Think about that, guys. Over 100% move. $1,000 you just turned into $2,000. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunities, but just be cautious and really look for those signs. Look for signs of confirmation, like that increasing bull volume here, guys. You see that nice run we had, and then we had that long wick. And guys were taking profits, and that was a sign we were going to have that reaction where we went down. And even look at the percentage you went down, guys. You can make money from up here. You could have shorted this here down into this before we had the recovery. So let's look at the percentage quick. So even that right there, guys, is a 30% move. It's huge. So keep that in mind. Be cautious. And just look for good entries, guys. Right now we're at 4.4 cents on Digibyte. And like we said, it was at 1.7. So that's a really big run, guys. And this is a good company. And the only thing I don't like about it is the total max supply. There's so many of them. That's why you're working in pennies and stuff right here. But it doesn't matter because it's all about percentages. You know, a coin going from 1,000 to 10,000, you know, that's a 10x, but it's all about percentages. So if you have a coin that's 2 cents here and it goes to 28 cents, I mean, that's even better. So that's what you have to look at, is the percentage, guys. But God bless each and every one of you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Write down in the comments, are you buying, selling, holding? What are you guys up to? And I'll talk to you later. God bless.